take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Hello, this is the Red Pill with the Red Pill News Dispensary. Sorry I'm a little bit late tonight. Apparently, I think my daughter was the one that ended up touching all the keys because I use OBS to stream and everything was messed up. I like reset everything. But then I realized I just went to default settings, and then it was easier to kind of do it that way. But anyways, I'm kind of going to talk fast because I want to really get into it. I got a caller that I had talked to today. I talked to him yesterday. He's a great guy, great person, and he also has some life experiences that I think are important to share with the channel. So I just want to make sure I'm live. If people could just like let me know, give me a because you know what, I'm not okay. Okay, so I'm live. I know I'm live. Okay, for some reason and by the way, special thank you to Kelly Khaleesi. I was in the middle of getting a haircut. I got so many calls that I honestly thought something happened to someone in my family. There's one person in my family, I've mentioned him before. I kind of worry about him. I thought something happened to him. And basically, I got so many calls, I'm like, oh my God, I was so scared. By the end of the haircut, I'm trying to like stay far away from, because if you look close, this woman messed up my haircut so bad. She said she knew how to do it, and she didn't. And I was upset. And I said, you know what? You know, she messed up the haircut, but she did a beard trim. I'll pay the beard trim. And then all of a sudden she starts having this like attitude. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what? Actually, I won't pay for shit. And the manager said, at the beginning, the manager said, you don't have to pay for anything. But I was like, no, I'll pay for the beard trim. And then as she's having an attitude, because she knows she's not going to get a tip, and she's probably going to get in trouble with the manager, starts having an attitude. That's when I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I ain't paying for shit. So anyways, that's what was going on. I was away. So then I'm in Walgreens picking up medicine, and Kelly Khaleesi called, and she's like, do you know Missy Elliott's playing right now? I'm like, what? She's like, what are you doing? You know, I'm like, I'm at Walgreens. I'm not live streaming. And, you know, that's when I basically figured everything out. Yeah, hey. Oh, look at her face. Yeah, she loves that yogurt. All right, so basically we're going to kick it off. So, you know who you are? Call in right now. Please. I forget what we're going by. West Virginia. West Virginia, call right now. I'm telling you, this guy's great. I don't want to say that too much because like, if someone was saying that about me, I'd be like nervous, you know? I'd be like, but he doesn't seem like the type of guy who gets nervous. Someone who goes to the middle of the earth and, you know, shakes hands with the devil. I mean, you know, figuratively, but, you know, he shakes hands with like that type of guy. I mean, that's I mean, it's got to be the most dangerous job there is. I mean, it's just unbelievable. By the way, I'm curious. What was the thumbnail for this? Was it the I had like a coal miner thing, and then I put in some text. There's 4 texts, like four like facts about coal mining that, you know, it's like the dangers and stuff like that. I hope that was a thumbnail. It should have been, but I know that when I looked at it real quick, all I saw was the hand with the pill. You know, the way I start every video. But anyways, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I have to drive the babysitter home, so I need to get right into this. So I'm gonna call you, West Virginia. I know there's like a delay and all that, but we need to get right into this. All right, so West Virginia, I'm calling right now. Hey, buddy, you watching? Oh. Oh, don't worry about it. That's why like a lot of times stuff like that, and I call them, and so same difference. So I'm gonna put you on speaker. Hold on 1 second. All right, so this is the Red Pill Dispensary, and we are speaking to West Virginia. He was a coal miner, and I don't know enough to say any more. I mean, I've spoken to him, but I know nothing about that type of stuff. But I can tell you that what he told me is fascinating. So you want to take it from here?
Yeah, I can see what I can do. While I was down in the coal mines, it's actually around Pennsylvania. We dropped down in there.
How far down?
About 986 foot.
So about 1,000 feet.
Yeah. And it was like in an elevator, you know, and then when we get down there, it's just like you go to a cart and there's traffic, you know, like people going in, people coming out.
Yeah, you were telling me. What's the name they call the elevator?
It's we call it a portal.
A portal. Yeah, that's what threw me off. I was like, and what a interesting name for like entering Middle Earth. A portal.
It was actually called the Crabapple Portal.
Really?
That is actually it's one of the largest coal mines in America. It's huge.
This particular one in Pennsylvania, and this is the one that you were warning me about?
By the time I got to where I was working, it took me 45 minutes to get there because they didn't have the new portal open, and I was in West Virginia underground.
Wow.
So, I mean, if you can just imagine a 10-foot seam of coal going north, south, east, and west, right through the center of everything, you know, that is supposed to be the crust of our earth.
Yes.
You know, it's a layer or something. Don't get me wrong, I love coal mining. I think it's a great thing. It puts food on people's plates, and, you know, it's...
but it's dangerous, obviously.
Hey, it's only as dangerous as you are. If you pay attention to what they teach you in that 3 weeks...
Yeah.
And pay attention when you're a red hat.
Yeah. But what I mean is, there's the potential for danger. In countries like Chile, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the Chileans. They made a movie about it, and, you know, they all got stuck down there. Of course, they probably have different regulations, different training, different ways of doing things.
Nothing for regulations, like, compared to here. I mean, MSHA has an excellent program. I mean, they're on it, you know?
Yeah. So what's it like? What's it like when you're down there?
Like, if there's like something that's in violation, MSHA fines them like $1,000 a day till it's fixed. You know
Yeah,
I mean?
rightfully so. Yeah. And now, what is it like down there?
It's dark.
Now, when you say dark, you're talking like, can you like
put your headlamp out, you see nothing. Like
say that again, because there was some background noise there. But yeah.
Like, if you shut your headlamp off, you see absolutely nothing.
Wow. I mean, like people think it's dark. Let's say, you know, in the out in the country, and, you know, like you know, no lights, and it's 1 a.m. or midnight. That's nothing compared to this. You know, let's say there's only a slither of a moon. It's right before a full moon. You know, no,
Yeah.
I mean right after. You know, like
I can remember lots of
the
days
darkness.
going down there and then coming back up and never seeing the sun because I was in there before the sun was up and I didn't get out until the sun was down. You know, happens all the time.
Wow, I didn't think about that. So like
I might as well have been living in Alaska.
Yeah, right. I didn't actually think about that. It's like you guys are not only down there in this, I mean, just dark Middle Earth. You know, all you got is the flashlight on your helmet, right? and maybe you might have some lights or whatever down there. But really, if those without the it's so dark that I just couldn't imagine. Then you get off your shift. Like here in New England, we always complain, like by the time we get off work, it's dark. It's in the winter, and we never see the sun. Well, I mean, talk to a coal miner about not seeing the sun. You're working all day down there, and now is there a reason that they work day shifts rather than night shifts, or do they do both?
Oh, there's 2 shifts, but they're 12 hours each. So like you're in there from 6 till 6 to 6, and then the other crew comes in 6 to 6. And that's normally what we did anyhow. Sometimes we ran 3 crews, and when we ran 3 crews, it was like 6 to 3 or something like that.
Wow.
And then there was a 3 to 11 and 11 to 7 or something like that.
Yeah. All right, so good. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of short on time. There's gonna be a part 2. I don't know if you're gonna be up later and like around, let's say like I don't know, like 11:30. I'm gonna start part 2 for call-ins. You're welcome to call in first, but could you basically what I'm saying is like if you want to get like to the meat of it, like what's it like down there, all that kind of stuff.
Well, when I seen your video last night, it got me to thinking, and I was just thinking, boy, there's a lot of ground missing there, because you were talking about the earthquakes that could happen possibly on the East Coast,
Yes.
And as soon as I hear something like that, I'm just thinking always like, well, how could that happen reasons-wise? And I don't know. I went straight to like my coal mining days, and I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of dirt we took out from underneath there. And now, they're fracking and everything, and when you get to fracking, like on days because I built belt, okay, so I was, as far as you could go to the coal mine, I was building belt to that spot, you know what I mean?
Yes.
They call it inby. It's called inby when you're like, the whole way in the mine, you're inby, and when you're close to being out, you're out by.
Wow.
But like, I worked inby.
So now you were telling me when you were down there, like, you would go down in Pennsylvania, right? But then
I was in West Virginia by the time I got to where I was working.
Yeah, and then even Kentucky, like you're moving around, and what's above you, you even.
I'm just saying, like, there's coal mines in Kentucky just like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never been to Kentucky.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said Kentucky. But yeah, so you're in West, like before you know it, by the time like underneath the earth as you're going, you go from Pennsylvania to Kentucky.
The seam of coal varies. Like when you're up towards like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the seam of coal is like 47 inches. But by the time you get down to like southern PA, like the very bottom in West Virginia, it's a 10-foot seam. So, like, that's where the seam of coal's really expanding. But, like, it follows the Appalachian Mountains the whole way down through. And I can remember being in there, and, like, everything was shut down. Nothing was running, so it was quiet. It should have been quiet, but, like, sometimes...
Quiet. Now, when you say quiet, speaking of quiet, that's a quiet here, but... Can you describe to us, what's it like for like the sound? Is there sounds down there, or what's it like?
Well, when you can hear them fracking, like it's like the walls. You can like if you touch the rib, they call it the rib, the edge of the. If you put your hand on it, you can feel it vibrating. Because when they're fracking, they're pressing like fluid down in there, and they're cracking Marcellus shell to release the gas. Like that's how they get the gas to come out. But if you can just imagine between the fracking and the coal mining, I'd say there's a potential for something to give way there. Like,
that's what I was getting at. Now, with all the coal mining that's going on, that's one thing. But the fracking, that's what worries me, because that's totally different beast we're speaking with. They're just basically taking out all of this dirt and earth and rock from underneath us, right?
Oh, yeah.
and especially underneath that particular area of southern Pennsylvania and West Virginia, correct?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
is there any kind of danger of that all going down? Like, let's say like a sinkhole and something like that?
Well, it happens all the time. There's actually a little problem there in Ryerson Station in the state park because their dam wall cracked because the ground subsided underneath it, and they had to drain all the water out of the lake, and now it's just like a little creek going through there that you can pretty much hop across. But like,
wow.
there's spots in that creek. I used to fish that whole creek in that area where that subsided.
All the way down there, or above her.
There's spots in that creek, I swear, that I let and I swear I could walk across it. I could step across it. It was that small, but it was so deep. It was so deep that I could unwind my whole fishing line into it, and it wasn't going downstream. It was going down.
Whoa.
You get what I'm saying?
I do. Because we had spoken so much earlier that, yes, I do know what you're saying. But I hope the audience does. I don't know if you want to emphasize it. And just so you know, right now, and everyone in the audience, I am so sorry, but so much stuff went awry today that I have to drive her home, and then I'm gonna be back in a half hour for part 2. But if you just want to kind of wrap it up right now real quick, and then hopefully you can join us for part 2 at 11. At
yeah, let's go for it. What the hell? I'll drink a couple more beers.
Yeah, go ahead. I actually got myself 3 nips. So
there you go.
yeah. It's Saturday night, and when I have help on a Saturday night, I'm gonna have a drink. I don't care. It's the only night I can.
Yeah. You know what? I'm like 37 years old. I do what I want.
All right, so let's wrap. So let's just for this show, will you just give a 30-second warning to the public about what you told me?
Well, I'd say don't live above a coal mine.
Yeah, that'd be one thing.
I'm telling you, there's a potential there for something to happen. If there was ever even a little bit of an earthquake, just imagine 1,000 foot of ground falling.
That's what I'm worried about. If there was an earthquake there, the whole thing would be like a sinkhole. That whole area.
And back in like 2005, I can remember we had a couple of shakes that were like 2.0 and stuff up through Ohio and stuff, and that's right in the same place. Like up into southern Ohio, it went the whole way up to there. I guess that's how far they felt it, but it was around my area that it originated, down in Greene County, PA.
Wow, that's amazing. That's all right, buddy. So you're gonna join us. I got a cartoon up for my daughter. Okay, sorry about that, guys. But okay, so we're gonna be back in a half hour exactly.
You might as well call me. I think there's something fucking goofy with my phone.
Well, ever since we started talking, it's been kind of funny. So
I'm telling you, man.
all right, so everybody in stream, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be back. All right, basically, let's just say 11 o'clock. Not even 11 o'clock. What time is it right now? What time is it right now?
It's 5 till 11.
Oh, okay. All right. 11:30. We will be back live. Okay.
All right.
All right, audience. Thank you. We will be back live.